If you are serious about detailing, your pressure washer accessories matter. But when it comes to premium kits, who delivers more value? The gold standard MTM Hydro or the rising star active products? I have put both through their paces, and today we're gonna break down the truth with no BS. Today we're talking pressure washer accessories, the best kit on the market, the gun, the lens, the hose, the foam cannon. All you need to know in this video, I've been testing the two best kits on the market from Active Products and MTM Hydro. So I hope you're ready. Let's jump right into it. I have been testing Active for about 2 months now, and I have bought the MTM premium kit with the 50-foot hose in 2018. So I have been through this set for at least 7 to 8 years now. I know this kit in and out. Before we jump in, a special thanks to my friends over at tocsupplies.ca, one of my favorite distributors in Canada, who has provided the Active Premium Accessory Kit for me to review. tocsupplies.ca is super close to their customer. They have all their major brands that you're looking for, and now they just brought in a few exclusive brands such as Nexent for ceramic coatings, Next LED for lighting solution. Now they have Max Shine, and as well they have just brought Car Candy. So more on that later. Go check out tocsupplies.ca. Don't forget you can use the coupon code Dogma to save you some money at checkout. And with that being said, let's jump right into the review. MTM is the gold standard when it comes to pressure washer accessories. They have been around the block. Their tools are proven to last, and detailers around the world have been using this stuff for a very long time. Active Products is also a very serious brand when it comes to making pressure washer and pressure washer accessories. Active has took the detailing world by surprise with their Active 2.0 pressure washer. They have been making big waves since then. But keep in mind that Active has been working behind the scenes making pressure washers for big brands, big box stores such as Canadian Tire and many more. And now they have doubled down to make serious accessories and pressure washers for car enthusiasts and car detailers. What I've noticed about Active is they really want to be different. They want to bring a better design, better quality, more premium materials, and they also want to bring a slightly better price. So they are really competitive when it comes to making accessories and pressure washers, but they actually want to make better stuff than what is on the market currently. All right, so what do you get in the kit? So the kits are pretty similar. Active is coming really hard at MTM making their own version. So both kit, so you're gonna get your 50-foot hose, which is still braided. They both provide the gun. This is the SGS-28 in the premium MTM kit, and this is the Active version. You're also getting the lens. And finally, you're gonna get your foam cannon as well as a few fitting and connectors. So for the active premium accessories, you're looking at 300 USD right now. And for the MTM, you're looking at around 330, 345, depending on where you are shopping for the same type of kit. So I'll have the links down below. Don't forget, you can use the coupon code Dogma to save you some money. And make sure to stay tuned, watch the whole video, because there's big difference in each category for each part. You're gonna get my thoughts, my opinion on which one you should get. Keep in mind that you can buy all of these parts separately. You can mix and match if that's something that you're interested. So as far as the hose are concerned, they're both 50 foot, they're both steel braided. Active has a little bit more branding on it, especially at the connection point. And the MTM is gonna be much more heavier in my opinion. They are both non-marking, and this one has been serving me really well for 8 years now. One thing that I need to mention is when I received the active kit, that female connector would not connect with the gun. I had to reach out to the support for active, and it basically told me to soak that connector in boiling water, give it 10 minutes, and wipe off the inside of it with a microfiber towel to remove maybe some extra glue. So for me, when I'm paying for almost 400 bucks kit, I'd like it to work as soon as I get the box, as soon as I open the kit. So this is an extra step. Maybe you're not gonna face that problem, but this is something you should know. Right now, there's absolutely no issue. The connection is super smooth. It works like a champ, but this is one thing to keep in mind. You might have to do some troubleshooting if you receive the hose. So the active has some branding with some yellow accent, a yellow sleeve. The MTM is just your typical black sleeve, which has been really robust. You can tell it's been through a work. So let's talk about the gun. The MTM has been serving me really well. It's scratched up, it's super robust, still working like a champ, never had to do any troubleshooting on it. But right off the bat, you can tell that the active slightly shorter at the connection, if that's something that is important for you. They both have the swivel connection here. I'd say that active is slightly smoother, but in my opinion, as soon as you have pressure in there, the swivel does not work as you expect, in my opinion. You still have to fight your hose a little bit, but if you give it some help, it'll swivel for sure. But just keep in mind that the swivel motion is not that super effective in my opinion. Next up, the trigger. The active has a click. For me, it doesn't really matter. They mentioned that it served a purpose. I could not feel a difference. I'd say that it's personal preference. For me, I have no problem using any of those. Both are fine when it comes to using the tool. They both have the stainless steel connection, the female and the male. They both have that locking mechanism, which is super important if you have kids around, if you're leaving your pressure washer. Let's talk about the comfort. Well, the MTM is super comfortable. You could have any hand size, never had any pressure points or any problem using it in terms of hands. And as far as the active is concerned, for me, that notch, the bottom, it's too close to the end of your hand. So as you use the tool for a while, I've noticed that this thing is gonna give me some pressure around here, which I don't really enjoy. I know with their designer, they tried to make a super comfy grip. This one has some rubber piece here. It's well designed, it's nice, but if I had to give some feedback, I would make this part a little bit longer so that notch doesn't dig into your hand, which I've kind of experienced over time, all right? So this is a minor detail, but for me, it's really important. If you want my real opinion, I prefer to use the SGS-28 when it comes to using the tool for a while. So I prefer the comfort of the SGS-28. I think it looks a little better, but this is personal preference at this point. I'm not sure about that round stuff here. It looks good, but like I said, in my personal opinion, I prefer the comfort and the design and the look of the SGS 28. The SGS is slightly lighter, with the Active obviously being slightly more heavier. It seems like Active is really taking from the NTM kit and trying to improve from there. So when it comes to the lens, I much prefer the angle that Active has made. So when you actually pressure wash, you have a better bent angle here. It's more efficient. The angle is just right in my opinion. And the grip is also slightly different look, but the plastic is this similar style of robust plastic, super durable. I'd say that the NTM is slightly heavier, but when it comes to doing the work, when you have much more pressure, I feel like the NTM, it's more well balanced. You have more weight at the end of the lens, which makes a more stable gun or a more smooth operation in the end. One thing to notice is that Active did not provide a rubber type of guard here. I'm guessing they're gonna come out with their rubberized nozzle eventually that you can plug here and have that rubber protection. Clean your fender well. That's gonna be very useful because as is with a plastic nozzle, you really have to be careful to not bump into your fender or your paint with this. And with the NTM, obviously you're getting that rubber guard here, which is really useful, like I said, to go between your tire maybe and your actual painted fender. And if you are wondering, they have both 20-inch length, same size, which in my opinion gives you the perfect control when it comes to pressure washing. So I kind of prefer the NTM lens, but I wish I could get that same bent angle here on the NTM. So if I could mix them and make my own, I would really appreciate that. But if I can give some feedback for the Active, I'd like it to have a little bit more weight towards the front for a more balanced operation, like I said. So far we have the hose. A hose is a hose. As long as they are durable, they have no leaks, have no problem. They're both great hose. Both guns are great. Both lenses are amazing. And finally, in your kit, you're gonna get the M22 14mm fitting for your pressure washer. The ones from Active are much more high quality in my opinion. The plastic has more quality to it and it's actually 100% stainless steel compared to the brass fitting from MTM. All right, let's talk about foam cannon because I think this is where most of the difference is in my opinion. Let's talk about the MTM, which has been out on the market for a very long time. They are on their turtle bottle design, but this is the same foam cannon. The early version would tip on your counter, the bottle would not stand. This one, the problem is the orifice on top of the bottle. Most people complain that it's too small. For me, I don't really have a problem with it. Obviously, you have to pay more attention when you're pouring your soap in there. But for me, the main problem with the MTM is not having that weighted ball at the bottom like the Active have. So as you're gonna get to the bottom of your container here, that straw is gonna be struggling to pick up the remains of that soap in there. But I've never changed the filter on it. I've never had any clogging, any problem with the MTM. It's super reliable, super high quality, mostly stainless steel. Another thing to mention with the NTM is that the bottle is semi-translucent, so you're not gonna see your colored soap there. But this is marked with your measurement there. So it's not really an issue, but this is some fine tuning that they could do with the bottle. But overall, I think this looks much more simple, much more European type of design. It looks super good in my opinion. I think this design fits all. It's looking great. Simple, but very sleek at the same time. And keep in mind that this one only comes with the 1.1 orifice and the 1.25. So if your pressure washer is above 2 gallons per minute, you'll want to use the 1.25. And if you're under that, maybe use the 1.1. But in my opinion, 1.25 works with pretty much every pressure washer. If you're unsure about your current orifice, please double check on that, because if you're using the 1.1 with a super high capacity pressure washer, you might be asking too much to your pressure washer motor and you might have some issue down the road. So let's talk about the active foam cannon. Seriously guys, this one looks really good. I've been really enjoying this one. The design itself, the looks of it, super stout, looks perfect in my opinion. I could not ask for a better looking foam cannon. You're gonna see your foam through the bottle, the color of it. You have your measurement there. The bottle can stand. It's not a quarter turn, it's like a few threads there, but really easy to pour your solution in there. You have your weighted ball with your super high quality straw. So that straw seems like any other straw. It's actually super durable. They made sure that this thing would last, and it's 100% stainless steel if I'm not mistaken. Active has been working on the foam quality very hard for the foam cannon. This is why they provided all the orifice that you needed from 1.1 to 1.45 with their own recommendation here. So for me, I'm using the 1.45 because I have a 2.2 or 2.3 GPM pressure washer, but this is easy to change, super quick, super convenient. Active has actual videos on their YouTube channel to show you how to change your orifice or troubleshoot anything that you can face with your active products. So at 1.45 with that pressure washer, I'm getting the perfect foam, a well-balanced foam, not too thick, not too runny, just the way I like it. If you have too much of a thick foam, that foam is not gonna drop down on the car. It's gonna stay there and probably dry there, and the foam is gonna dissipate and just stick on the car, which is not really what you want. And if it's too runny, you're not gonna have enough cleaning power in that soap. So for me, the 1.45 with this high capacity pressure washer is really great. Okay, let's talk about the cons, because this foam cannon is not perfect. For me, it can be improved there. So the plastic, like I said, durable, looks good. You can see through it. The problem is when you choose a plastic that you can see through it, there's gonna be some problem there sometimes with the quality of that durability of that plastic. I'm not an expert in manufacturing or plastic component, but after 2 months of use, you can see that this plastic is getting scratched pretty bad. At the bottom, to be expected, right? But you have some scratching here as well, and there's actual piece of plastic coming off. So this is fairly thick plastic. It should last, but is it gonna look good in a year or two? I'm not so sure. This is one thing to mention, guys, but keep in mind, I have been using this only for 2 months. The other thing with your foam cannon here, there's no clicks in the foam knob here, but I leave it at maximum and it doesn't budge from there. Only problem is with the nozzle adjustment, the fan here. This one I would probably change it without noticing it all the time. And if you open it to the max, your foam is actually gonna hit that yellow ring around the foam cannon. So one thing to mention is that when you open all the way up your fan spray, the foam is gonna hit the ring around your nozzle here. So let me show you. It's wide open. So you really want to be careful with that. It should stop before hitting the ring around the foam cannon. That way you don't get soap everywhere where you don't want to have that. So for me, using the active, you gotta pay more attention when you start cleaning, you're gonna have to look at your fan, your knob here, that everything is set up the way you like it, because as you clean your stuff, as you remove, disconnect, clean your foam cannon, put it away, these settings are gonna be moving around. So for me, the active foam cannon is the best. It looks the best, it works the best. The foam that it provides for me is exactly what I want. And just to give you a comparison, I also have the super popular MJJC V3 foam cannon. For me, there's no question, the active looks 10 times better and there's no brass on it, so that's another point to notice. The design is much more refined. MJJC has served me well, but the plastic is thinner. You don't want to put hot water in it. If you press hard with your hands, you're gonna have some flex there. With the active, you're not gonna flex that at all. It's much more robust. I know the thick foam is trendy. MJJC, for me, it provides too thick of a foam. So in my opinion, Active took the two most popular foam cannon and made their own. They took the best feature from both and make an even better foam cannon. If they can fix that fan there that hits the ring, I guess this foam cannon is almost perfect. So guys, I've been very critical for Active, but I'm really used to the MTM kit. I've been using this, like I said, for 8 years now. So I'm used to that system. This is what I like to use. But the Active has really come out with a great kit. Like I said, I've been really critical of their products. I just want to provide feedback as well for them and for you. Just know what you're getting into. But overall, this is an amazing kit. I cannot recommend it enough for you if you want to choose one of the other. Both are great choice. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, by the way. And just to recap, the best foam cannon for me is the Active. The gun I prefer to use on a daily basis is the SGS-28. And for the lens, I'd say I'm in the middle. Both have their place, but I just feel like I have more control with the MTM, but I prefer the design and the bent angle that Active made. With that being said, don't forget to check out tucsupplies.ca. Thank you so much, my friends at TUC. And with that, you'll want to check out that Active 2.0 review that I made right here.